Hannibal from the HannibalTV.com. No, I'm not watching UFC 251 right now. I just finished my first workout. I'm going to go for a second one later, but I'm here to do the daily combat sports news update, and I'm wearing the Punishment Athletics t-shirt that Tito Ortiz personally gave me because he is in the wrestling news today. He put out several videos related to his WWE training that he was doing. He posted one video of WWE executive Canyon Seaman. I think that's his name. I'm pretty sure his last name is Seaman. Giving him the tour of the Performance Center where Norman Smiley, for some reason that cracks me up, where Norman Smiley was, I guess, training him. And he seems to be genuinely really excited about the possibility of working for WWE. I put the link in the description of this video. I actually interviewed him a few years ago. I did a full career shoot with Tito Ortiz, and he discussed in that shoot interview his desire to be a WWE wrestler back then. Not TNA, not New Japan. WWE specifically is where he wanted to go, and he brought up Shane McMahon in that interview, that they were friends, and apparently it was Shane McMahon that arranged his training. He showed the area where he was training, and I guess it's like the area where they film video games stuff, so it's curtained off, and it's not like he was in training with everyone else like the regular developmental wrestlers. From what I understand, since the lockdown, I don't think there has been any training at the Performance Center because it's been set up for the TV tapings in there. I could be wrong. There could still be some training going on. But if there isn't, that's what seems to have possibly stalled more progress on Tito Ortiz. I haven't heard anything on if he's actually been signed to any contract. According to the last reports I heard, he was testing out if he would like WWE, and WWE was testing out his potential in those tryouts. If I were WWE, I would see no reason why not bring in Tito Ortiz because he genuinely likes wrestling, and he has a name value as a UFC Hall of Famer, Bellator star. He kicked the shit out of Alberto Del Rio also in a Combate America fight recently. So to build him up against Lesnar, yes, Lesnar did the job for Drew McIntyre, but no one really believes that McIntyre in a real fight could kick Brock Lesnar's ass. Everyone knows Lesnar would destroy him. But with Tito and Brock, I would actually put my money on Tito if it was a real fight. Tito is much more experienced in MMA. So, yeah, I guess we'll see as time goes on. Smackdown was back up to a 0.5 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic for last night's episode. Jeff Hardy's contract expires at the end of this month, according to reports. There's speculation he might join his brother Matt in AEW. The Palace of Auburn Hills in Michigan that hosted SummerSlam 93, where Lex Luger, who I've done a full shoot interview with on this channel, infamously beat Yokozuna via countout, and all those balloons fell from the sky. And there was a bunch of nitros there. TNA even did Slammiversary 2009 there. Could you imagine today Impact trying to go to arena the size of the Palace of Auburn Hills? Last year, I think they had 35 people in a mall for one show that Rhino was on. So yeah, it's down. I remember several nitros from there. In other wrestling news, Keith Lee, in the tradition of WWE, they're not wrestlers, I guess, WWE entertainers, WWE storytellers, breaking kayfabe again here. Keith Lee, who won the NXT title from Adam Cole. So basically a fat guy won the title from a guy that looks like he's in the 9th grade. And Keith Lee said it wasn't on air. Obviously, there was just a moment after all the celebration, the pyro. I wasn't expecting the confetti and all this crazy stuff. And I'm all covered. I look down and I see Adam Cole still in the corner. The guy is awesome. In that moment, I had to tell him that he gained a new level of respect from me. I shook his hand, and that was the first conversation I had since winning the title. There is no baby faces or heels in wrestling anymore. Adam Cole, everyone has tons of respect for this guy. All we've heard, Triple H put him over, so much respect. Everyone loves this guy. Wasn't he a heel? What happened to the dastardly heel? I mean, they got what, a zero? I don't even remember. It was in the low 0.2s. And AEW got like a 0.28 and beat them in the actual ratings for Great American Bash versus Fyter Fest. But imagine if there was actually a baby face and a heel, and you wanted to see a match because you wanted to see an actual baby face beat the heel, and God forbid Adam Cole has any heat in the future, because apparently the guy is just awesome. Keith Lee, the baby face, saying that about Adam Cole, the heel. The guy is just awesome. Jim Horwath tipped me $9.99. Thank you. He says he's my #1 fan. Thank you very much, Jim. Dana White commented on these crazy Mike Perry things that happened, I think, Tuesday night in Texas, where he knocked out an old man, reportedly slapped his girlfriend, and punched an employee of this restaurant, and threw in the N-word a couple of times for good measures. White says that Mike Perry, he saw those issues coming with Perry. And obviously the guy needs help. True. Dana White also said that the UFC 251 pay-per-view is trending higher than your average Conor McGregor fight. He says that it's trending off the charts, and the only fight he could compare this to of Conor's was the last Conor versus Khabib fight. So obviously, lots of people talking about UFC 251. Beater card took me $2. It says Usman versus Masvidal. I would actually hope Masvidal wins that. Obviously, I don't care too much, or I'd be watching it. But I did watch all the UFC embedded episodes leading up to it. I've been watching all the promotion for it. And because Masvidal took it at the last minute, and he's an underdog, and also he talked trash at the face-off. And since I talk trash myself, I admire trash talkers. So I hope Masvidal wins, but obviously with 1 week training, he's at a disadvantage. But I guess they're going to announce what his purse was probably at some point soon. I'm going to guess he got paid enough money that it was worth the risk to him to take the fight. His BMF title is not on the line. Apparently, that was just a one-off, by the way. But Usman's title is on the line for the 170-pound division champion. UFC, as everyone knows, is now working with Venom instead of Reebok. Many people would see that as a step down, but maybe they're getting more money from Venom. Who knows? Mike DeLeo says Giant Gonzalez to the Hall of Fame. He passes the Coco Beware bar. Giant Gonzalez passes the Coco Beware bar. So why not put him in the Hall of Fame? give his family a payday, because I understand he was like completely flat broke at the time of his death. Supposedly, if you want to trust Harvey Whippleman, I do not know if I would ever trust Harvey Whippleman, but Harvey Whippleman has claimed that he was sending Giant Gonzalez money to help him survive before he passed, so who knows. Blake Hansen says, best channel on YouTube, The Hannibal TV. Thank you. Thank you very much. Literally millions and millions of hits over the past 30 days, and I thank all of you fans for that. Grumpy Gregory says, I love Tito Ortiz. John says, Tito seemed like a great MMA coach on The Ultimate Fighter, always encouraging his team. In the small dealings I had with him, I liked him. Maybe I should try and get an interview with him to get more details. If he hasn't actually signed yet, he would probably still be able to talk to me. Who knows? Solomon Sultan, why wouldn't WWE let Ken Shamrock return? I guess he had some attitude issues and other issues, according to what I've heard Jim Ross say before. Not sure. Also, since Ken Shamrock was last in WWE, didn't Tito Ortiz mop the floor with him 3 times? It's not like Ken Shamrock has that much star power anymore, especially after taking Joey Ryan's dick grab. He's now known as the guy that took Joey Ryan's dick grab. It's hard to get that image out of people's head. Fruit Pie the Magician says, Tito Ortiz versus Alex the Berlin Wall Wright would have been worth watching. I don't know about that. I liked him best when he was the dancer guy. I never could get into that character, and I wasn't a huge fan of him, but there's strangely, there was a match on Nitro between Alex Wright and Sabu. Sabu, the blood hunter from Great North Wrestling, recently destroyed Sabu in a PCW Ultra match that can be viewed on this channel. Solomon is asking when the fabulous Rougeau brothers will be in the Hall of Fame. Good question. Why is Kamala not in there? Mike says, I don't know. He should be in. They want him to be dead first, I guess, unfortunately. Sam Lentz says he's pitching for me to go to MLW again. MLW does make some weird signings. They recently signed a guy who quit before even wrestling one match, and Harry's even told me they've had some weird signings. Why a company like MLW, who I've supported on this channel, interviewed, and I always put them over, why they would not have reached out to me when my YouTube channel is actually more popular than MLW's YouTube channel, and there could be a lot of co-promotion there. Hasn't happened yet. Would I like that to happen? Actually, yes, I think that would be good. I know a lot of people in that company. I don't know Court Bauer or the other guy, but as far as the wrestlers, there's not one person in that company that I should have any heat with, to my knowledge. I like all of them. I think that company actually has the most potential. Let's hope they can get running again. I'd like to see them do well. Double S says he's watching UFC 251 and it's been awesome so far. Mike wants to see Doink in the Hall of Fame. Who knows? Who knows? There's some crazy guy on here. I've never once worn a do-rag in one of my news updates. I guess I had a hat that didn't have anything written on the front, and people thought I was wearing a do-rag. And I will probably eventually block this guy because I'm getting sick of seeing that comment. Jay Mill says, great shoot I did with Tito. Crown King of France. TH says, Vince claims that Triple H will end up running the WWE, but he sucks. NXT is overrated. Well, if you want to call the 0.2s and 0.1 ratings they've been getting overrated, probably, yeah. I'm surprised they're even getting that. Someone mentioned the other day, why isn't Kevin Nash booking NXT? I think Kevin Nash would be a better booker of NXT than Triple H, to be honest. If you look at the Adam Coles, and now I don't know why they would put the title on Keith Lee rather than the Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross should have just gone in there and had like the Nash versus Backlund 8-second match and put full steam ahead on Kross, because he has the most potential of anyone signed to WWE right now, in my opinion. And you can check out my interview with Karrion Kross by searching it on this channel. I'm sorry about this, but I have to do another live stream because somebody sent me this wonderful massage gun that I got to do an endorsement for. So if you don't want to hear about it, don't click on my next live stream. But I'm going to shut up for now. I'll answer one more question. Thoughts on Dark Side of the Ring? They put their own spin on things, just like every news source does. Dave Meltzer does. I do. I won't hide that. Everybody has their own spin. Dark Side of the Ring definitely does. They don't really do that thorough research. They'll take a lot of people just on what they say. They don't really care about the merit of what the people say. But I watched all of the Dark Side of the Ring, but I couldn't make it through the Chris Benoit one after they told that lie about Kevin Sullivan. I saw all the other ones, so I watched all the Dark Side of the Rings but one, which is more than I can say about much other wrestling stuff. So obviously I didn't mind it. John, and by the way, I have reviews of all the Dark Side of the Ring I watch. Just search it up, the Hannibal TV, Dark Side of the Ring, and you can get my reviews on all the Dark Side of the Rings. I even did a review on the Beyond the Mat movie yesterday that had good feedback. John Falsetta says Adam Cole is a vanilla midget. Have a good weekend, everybody. John summed it up right there.